If you stand, if you believe in yourself, if you believe that you are strong, if you believe that you are integrous, if you believe, you can make a difference. It's not about you see. Stop trying to please them and try and please God. I'm at the third point, where it says, listening to the command and the promises, Hagar responds by naming the divinity, you are a God of seeing. This is Genesis 16 and 13. It says, God sees. At this part, I'm happy about. I talked about what you see. I talked about what they see. But what I'm really happy about is in the end, it's not about you, it's not about them, it's about God. The reality is that God sees. In 1 Corinthians chapter 13:12, by the Message version, it says, we don't see things clearly. We're squinting in a fog, peering through a mist. But it won't be long before the weather clears and the sun shines bright. We'll see it all then, see it all as clearly as God sees us, knowing Him directly just as He knows us. God sees you as you really are. There are a lot of names for God. There's Adonai, there's Baal, there's Elohim, there's Eloah, there's El Shaddai, there's El Elyon, and then there's El Roy. That's the God of seeing. That's divination. That means that God can see through what you put on this morning and see who you really are. He can see through your stockings and your lipstick and your makeup. He can see through the cologne that you tried to spray on to cover where you were last night. But God sees you as you really are. I'm so glad that I serve a God that sees me. God sees. At first, I didn't understand. I was trying to say, what was Hagar so excited about? Hagar stood up and she looked at God when God found her by this well on the road to Shur, that Hagar was there by herself, by her lonesome, with her pregnancy, with no hope, no future, no way, no idea which way she was going. But she said, you are a God of seeing. That means that God can see you. God can see you in a crack house. God can see you in a whorehouse. God can see you on your job trying to work when nobody else is seeing you. You may think that nobody cares. You may think that don't nobody care what I'm doing. Don't nobody appreciate me. But I want you to know we serve a God who sees. God can see everything. Don't you quit. Don't you give up. You serve a God that sees. I'm so glad that I serve a God that can see. That means that God sees me everywhere I am. God sees me everything I do. God loves me. If you're going to see somebody all the time, you got to show enough love them, because they're going to be some places that you don't appreciate. But my God, He loves me. He picks me up and takes me to where I ought to be. God loves me. My God sees me, and he saw me when I was out in the world, and he saw me when I was doing wrong. He saw me when I was trying to steal stuff. He saw me when I was doing no good. He saw me when I was lying. He saw me when I was cheating. He saw me. I'm telling you, God saw me, but he rescued me. My God, he loves me. I'm telling you, my God, he loves me. He loves me just, I'm his baby. I'm his baby. Maybe you didn't know your mama. Maybe you didn't remember your mama. But I'm telling you, God is my mama, and God sees me. He's my mama. He's my father. He's my all and all. God sees me. God loves me. God loves you. Ain't nothing that you can do. Just like your mama used to love you. Just like when you used to mess up and your mama would still love you. I want you to know God loves you. There's nothing that you can do to get out of his grasp. He's still trying to woo you. He's still trying to get you out of that mess. He's still trying. He's not giving up. You may have given up because you see the raggedy clothes you got on. You see the raggedy house you live in. You see, and they see. They talk about me. They've given up on me, and you've internalized what they see, and you see, and you got a mess. But what you need to do is know that God sees. God has not given up on you yet. Keep on trying. God's still trying to woo you. God's still trying to straighten your life out. You need to trust in God, because God, he'll make a way. I said God, he'll make a way. Look at Hagar. God told Hagar, he said, go back and submit to Sarai's authority. And so Hagar, she went back and she did what God said. Hagar got mad when Ishmael was born. He was about 15 or 16 years old, and Sarai sent them away, and Abram had to put a bag of bread in her arms and a thing of water on her shoulders and sent her off. But God, when God makes a promise to you, you can be sure that he will keep it. But God, I said, but God, if God has told you that he'll keep you, if God has told you, you can better bet, baby, God's got your back. Here, Hagar, she was sitting down. She had given up. She had sat Ishmael. The word says that the word doesn't say this, but it's interpreted from understanding of the word that Ishmael may have been a little pampered. Ishmael was the firstborn of Abraham. Ishmael was a little soft. And so his mama sat him over there so she couldn't hear him whimpering anymore. His mama said, he's going to die. But that's what she could see. His mama said, it's all over, but that's what they could see. But God is a God of seeing. God showed up and God showed out. I said God showed up And God showed out. I said God showed up. And God showed out. Hagar went on, and Ishmael went on, and he went on to be a great archer. And he went on to be a great man. And his descendants are a great flood beyond.